Hi, I'm DJ with Kite Paddle Surf, and I'm here to talk to you kind of about what and where you would go with your second board and wing foiling and your progression into foiling and possibly into some type of downwind foiling. So generally that first board you're going to go with is about plus 40 liters above your weight in kilograms, or maybe plus 25 to 40. Generally it's going to be pretty wide, pretty easy to stand on, get your balance with the wing in position, and slowly get on to foil. Your second progression that we really recommend is changing your front foil wing, still using that first beginner board, and get used to a faster type foil that has more glide. That's really what this sport is about, is progressing the foil. So in that journey, where would I kind of go with that second board? Should I look at, kind of your traditional wing board that's approximately your volume to, the ratio of kind of 1-to-1 in kilograms of weight to the volume of the board, or maybe plus 10, something like this would be about plus 10 to my weight. This is the 80 liter FG from Armstrong. But I could also consider kind of moving into something faster, like what people would call a mid-length, which is a longer, narrower board. But these are really the same volume. This is 85, this is 80. So this one's going to have more stability side to side with the width, which is reassuring as a winger. But the wing does add you quite a bit of support. So we could debate going with something narrower that's going to get up to speed a lot faster. And what you also find with the mid-lengths is you don't tend to bury the nose as you kind of surge forward with a little bit of power coming out of the wing. And even in an 80, at 71 kilograms or whatever I am, you still can bury it and get a little too much speed and start to dive it at a diving angle. That's really tough to do with a mid-length at just a little bit on top of your weight to volume kind of ratio. The mid-length also has the advantage of just how fast it gets off the water. Being several inches narrower, may not sound like a lot, but they really surge forward, and you can generate forward speed much faster. With this one, let's say on a 4.5 meter day, so at about 15 to 17 miles an hour, maybe I would have to pull a little bit with my hand wing to generate that forward speed, and then do my little bit of pumping to break it free. This one, in those same conditions, might not require any pumping. Like you might just be able to put the wing out, and that's going to generate enough speed, or maybe one small pump and the thing will pop up and get onto foil. So where do we go? They're both going to be great options for progression. The advantage of the mid-length is just they take off so fast. So in light conditions, they get off the water faster, which would allow you to use a smaller hand wing or possibly a smaller foil wing. The advantage of the traditional shape is going to be the length. The shorter nose is noticeable. They turn faster. There's nothing you can do about the swing weight of a longer board relative to the shorter board. So if turning efficiency and quickness through your turn is more what you're looking for, I'd say, go for the more traditional shape. If light wind efficiency, getting off the water, and eventually maybe progression into downwind foiling using a parawing is kind of your progression where you're going with your wing, I'd say, really consider the mid-length. Both options, from Armstrong and Nash, what you'll see is they do offer straps, so you can ride strapped or strapless. So that still leaves you really open. I don't think one is necessarily better for progression. Just realize what you can get with the length and the narrowness, and these things take off really quick off the water. They break free so fast because that forward speed that generates lift to the foil comes really quick. It's really neat. But again, if I really want to focus on ripping turns, getting closer, more back and forth turning, the swing weight of this is noticeable, is noticeably less, and it's just quicker. You know, I've been riding the FG70 for a while. That's primarily what I use. And I do play with, you know, the Nash mid-lengths and also the Armstrong mid-lengths as I'm starting to kind of progress into parawinging. I haven't quite started parawinging, but at my weight, at about, you know, 71, 72 kilograms, something like this in an 85 is going to be fantastic for easily getting onto foil with that parawing. So if you have any questions about kind of where to go with your second wing foiling setup, give us a call, text us, or email us at the shop. And if you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.